Hi everyone, it's Keren here from tuppence.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me. Something a little bit different today. Today's project is this little piece of origami. Now, I came across this in a book on napkin folding. The idea being that you could do all sorts of fancy folds on your table napkins when your posh guests come around and you're having a lovely dinner party, and you can make your dining table look absolutely smashing. And I have done this fold with cloth napkins. But you need to starch them really well, and I've also done this with paper serviettes, but for today I've done it with our cotton paper, and I've used it as a way of giving a little gift, and in this case it's a little wax melt. So it's quite straightforward to do. You just need to follow the steps one at a time, and if you stick with me I will show you how I did it. This is a piece of the 12 by 12 inch cotton paper. It's in the Bermuda Bay colour, and I'm going to use the entire piece. And I'm going to start by folding it in half, a long ways, just as the police decide to go past down the road, so we'll start again. And this is a piece of the Bermuda Bay cotton paper. 3, 2, 1. This is a sheet of the 12, this is 3, 2, 1. This is a 12 by 12 inch sheet of the cotton paper. This is the Bermuda Bay colour, and I'm going to begin by folding it in half along the one side. I'm just going to take my time and do it properly. And then I'm going to fold it in half along the other way. And I'm taking my time. And now I'm going to fold the 4 corners into the middle. Adjust that one slightly, because that one's not quite how I want it. And the more care I take at this stage, the better the whole thing will be. Okay, so now I've got my 4 corners folded in, and I'm going to repeat the process. So I'm going to fold the corners into the centre. This one, again, I don't think this one's quite right, so let's adjust. And okay, so my 4 corners folded into the middle. And I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to fold the corners into the middle, or one more time. So now I have the basis for my lotus. And now, right, so there it all is, all folded up, and now I'm going to start to open it up. And if I was using a paper napkin or even a cloth napkin, I could be a little bit more gung-ho with this than I'm going to be. But I'm just very, very carefully folding and just gently, gently teasing that corner up into that shape so that it starts to make one of the petals of the lotus. And I'll do it again with this one. Just very, very gently, just turn it and fold it inside out, and take your time with it, certainly with this paper, because this is quite strong, but if you pull too hard it will rip. And again, so I'm just folding that and I'm just turning that inside out. Now if you've got a cup or a jar that's the right size, then you can shape your lotus over that. But the one I brought one over, but the one that I brought over was too big, so we'll just manage without. Just fold it over and just be gentle with it and just pull it over. Bring it over to the other side. You can see how petals are starting to form. Okay, so that's my first round of petals, but we've got another one, and this time this is a single layer of fold. So again, you need to be quite careful with it and just be gentle with it and just take your time. So you can see that one's ripped already, but we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to let that concern us. Not for the purposes of this video. Okay, and I would say practice this on paper napkins. This works really, really well on serviettes for your dining table. And this is where I first came across it. Actually, was as a serviette fold, and I have actually done it with cloth napkins at Christmas to decorate the Christmas table. And again, just pulling it out, just very, very gently, just taking my time, just teasing it round to make it into that crown shape. And one more. And just take your time and just gently, gently persuade it into shape. There we go. That now is starting to come into shape, and then this is the very last layer, and I'm just going to fold that over more or less just to keep the folds in place. So this is now almost like the locking layer that holds it all in. And that one. And oops, that one. Again, I've torn it a little bit there, but shh, nobody will notice. Right, and there's my paper lotus. So I'm just going to pop my wax melt in there, and there it is. Alright, I want to jazz it up a little bit now, so I'm going to be using one of the stamps from this set, which is Homemade for You, and I'm going to use this one which says bought this just for you. And I've already mounted the stamp up on my stamp block, and I've got Bermuda Bay ink, because we're having a Bermuda Bay theme, and this is a scrap of the shimmering white, which is, it's not quite white, it's but it's not quite vanilla either. So I'm inking up my stamp, not stamping up my ink. And I'm just going to stamp that onto my little piece of shimmering white. And shimmering white's very, very useful because it's very good for watercolouring. If you like doing the watercolour but you don't like the textured surface of the watercolour paper, this is very good because it doesn't pill. So I'm holding that down just for a few seconds just so that the ink's got plenty of time to transfer. And there, that's stamped beautifully. So I'm going to close up my ink pad because regular viewers of this channel will know that sometimes I put my thumb in it. And it doesn't work well when you put your thumb in it. Okay, so this is the 1 3/4 inch punch. So it punches out my circle and leaves a nice rim around it. Do I like that? Or should I go down to the 1 1/2? Nope, I'm going to stay with that look. Right. And I've also got my 2 3/8 inch scallop circle punch and a scrap of Bermuda Bay. And I'll punch that out. Okay, so I'm going to layer those up with some dimensionals. Just going to put that on the front of that. That will sit, oops, nicely in the middle, just like that. Okay, that's not very neat. Luckily dimensionals are quite forgiving, and as long as you haven't pressed down too firmly, they will, as you can see, allow you to reposition. So right, I just want to add a little bit more bling to this, I think. So I've got some of our pool party glitter ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a bow. So make my 2 bunny ears and wrap the one around the other. And the nice thing about this ribbon, one of the very nice things about the ribbon, apart from the fact that it looks absolutely stunning, is that it's the same on both sides, so you don't have to worry about twisting it around to get the pretty side at the front. It just does it for you automatically. Okay, so just pulling that and just playing with that bow until I get it how I want to. And get my scissors, which have dived onto the floor, and just chop that off. Shove that off, and just going to put that on with a glue dot. And that can sit on top of that, and I'm going to get one of our rhinestone, our basics rhinestones, and I'm going to put that just in the middle there. And that's now nice and blingy. Okay, so let's bring this back in. Now I'm going to put a little bit of, where's it gone? Just a little bit of snail on the back of that, just to stop it bouncing around inside the holder. Just so that it just sits there. But you can still take it out nice and easily when you want to. And that I will attach with, shall I use a glue dot or shall I use a dimensional? I think I'll use another glue dot. What do you think? Okay, as I was finishing up decorating the label on top of the wax melt, the phone went. And as of right now, I'm not 100% certain where I'm going to edit it so that the video stops. So I will just say that it's stuck down, the wax melt is stuck down into the Lotus with a little bit of snail, and I stuck this onto the top of the wax melt with just one glue dot because I want people to be able to get it off again, because this isn't the kind of thing that I would send through the post. I think would be a little party favour that I'd maybe put on, you know, on somebody's place setting at a dinner party or something like that. So there it is, and I do hope that you've enjoyed this project, and if so, please do think about giving me a thumbs up, or even subscribing to my channel, because I will be posting more videos very soon. If you want to know more about me or about the products that I've used, then I have a blog and a Facebook page, and you can find the details under there, and there's also a link to my Stampin' Up shop if you want to get hold of any of the things that I've used to make this project. But for now, thank you very, very much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you again soon. Bye-bye. Doesn't have to be too firm, because the idea of this is that this is a